This is a kind of equation that you would use basic factoring with. K is in both k squared and negative 10k. You would put k on the outside of the parentheses because k is in both k squared and 10k. To check yourself, you would multiply the expression back out. So you would multiply k times k and k times negative 10. If it matches the original expression, then you have it right. This expression is in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c, just like I was shown before. On the bottom left corner, you have an x shape, and on the x shape, you would put on the top part of the x, you would put the number that represents b, and on the bottom, you would put the number that represents c. The two blank spaces represent the two numbers that add to equal b and multiply to equal c. To find the two factors that multiply to equal c and add to b, you can use a calculator or you can use basic mental math to see if it adds up. Negative 9 plus 5 equals negative 4, and negative 9 times 5 also equals negative 45, so that's the 1. Your answer will then be written as x minus 9 times x plus 5. To check yourself, so you just multiply the numbers back out and see if it matches the expression shown above. So you would still continue by putting the numbers into the x, and the easiest way to find factors that multiply to be 360, especially with big numbers, is to use your calculator and estimate numbers that you would think that would add up to 38. By using guess and check, you can find a factor that multiplies and adds up to the number that you're looking for. Check yourself by multiplying the expression back out to see if it matches the expression shown above. Just like the one before, this is the same ax squared plus bx plus c form, but this time a will be greater than 1. Factoring when a is greater than 1, you'd put a in the top left corner and c in the bottom right corner. And you would put the x with b on the top and a times c on the bottom. The x shape still works the same, so you find a number that would multiply to be negative 45 and adds to be 44. Once you find the answers, you put it into the box and you find the greatest common factor. This box should be seen as a multiplication chart. The numbers on the outside of the box should equal to the numbers inside the box. Like 5x times x should equal 5x squared. Once you know the numbers on the outside of the box, there you have your answer. The number on the outside of the box would be your answer. To check yourself, multiply the expression back out and to see if the final expression is the same as the original. Some factors are more obvious to find than others, like the one in the problem before. In this case, with big numbers, use your calculator to find the factors that would multiply to be negative 120 and add to be negative 19. You can check yourself by two ways, multiplying the expression back out or multiplying the multiplication table back out. Instead of the ax squared plus bx plus c, the first number is cubed. Start by breaking up the expression and putting them into different groups. You find the greatest common factor, and the greatest common factor would go on the outside of the parentheses. You take the greatest common factor and figure out what number you'd multiply it to get the number above. So like you would take 2x squared and find out what you have to multiply it by to get x cubed. The numbers inside the parentheses should be equal on both sides. The number on the outside of the parentheses gets to be into one parenthesis as the final answer. As always, to check yourself, you would just multiply the equation back out to see if you get the original expression. Step 1, you break the expression up by group. Step 2, you find the greatest common factor and you put it on the outside of the parentheses. Step 3, you take the greatest common factor and find out what number to multiply it by to get the same number as the original problem. Step 4, the number inside the parentheses should be the same on both sides. You then take the greatest common factors on both sides and put them in one parenthesis as the answer. Check yourself by multiplying the equation back out and to see if it matches the original problem. Finding the greatest common factor is essential for any type of factoring.